Welcome, I'm Darren, and I'll be your professor today as we explore the world of sports trading cards. I am a 30-year veteran of sports card trading. I am a not at all recovering sports card addict, and my collecting approach has always been based more upon the breadth of card collecting as opposed to the value. And so over the years I've developed a very strong understanding of cards across the board. And that knowledge is somewhat unique, and I figured that I'd take the opportunity to share that knowledge with all of you. Now, ultimately, I would love to be able to cover pretty much the whole expanse of card collecting, and that is my goal, to ultimately cover everything from the beginning all the way through. 2015 is essentially what I'm looking to close out at, because over time we continue to learn more and more about cards, and having some time to mull over the cards and really understand them and understand the ins and outs is a helpful thing to do. And so cards that are too new are, one, still possessing a lot of the secrets we haven't gotten to, but the other thing is that it kind of convolutes the whole effort. Card collecting continues forever. It never ends. And so having some benchmarks is helpful to be able to really focus what you are looking at. Now, part of the reason that I enjoy card collecting is the fact that you are always learning more about cards. And even in the work that I've been doing preparing for this channel, I've been amazed at how much I've been learning, even today, about cards that I've known passionately for 30 years. And I don't know everything. There's a lot more for me to learn. And so even with these videos, I'm not doing this as the universal source of all knowledge. I'm looking to learn more, and so I'm hoping that many of you who do know some of the things that I don't, that you'll add that information in the comments. Help me to learn more, or in some cases, maybe if there's something that you're confused by, I can look through and figure out if you're just not quite getting something. So together we can continue to move forward. But I really do look forward to learning more about these cards even after I've done the videos. And at some point for many of these videos, I will go back and do cleaned up versions where I'll have more information, or I'll be able to present the information in a better way. Now, most of the cards in here come out of my general collection, just the way that I collect cards. A lot of cards that I'm bringing in are for these videos are not cards that really fit with my collection, so they're focused on this project. And as such, that means there are going to be some anomalies. Sometimes I will have, say, a player who isn't necessarily the most couth player to have. Maybe a Ray Rice card pops up because it's the only card that I can get of a specific example. And you're also going to see Ray Carruth cards pop up because I happen to collect Carolina Panther cards. And so for a 1997 collection, maybe the Carolina Panthers are the best cards I can use to show the entire year, and Ray Carruth happens to be the rookie card, so that card would pop up merely as an example. At no point am I advertising any player. Am I showing them as being great just because they happen to be in one of these videos? I'm here to talk about cards. I'm here to talk about cardboard with pictures on them. I'm here to talk about sets, and some of those sets have some little quirks and anomalies that are going to show up. That is something that is a reality, and I hope that it doesn't bother people too much, at least. Now, the way that I intend to present these sets is by as much continuity as I possibly can. So you're not going to see me using one team or one player as much as I possibly can. I'm going to look for the best presentation that I can create. So sometimes a set will be all 49ers. Another time it may be all Rams, just because in those particular years all the main base card and subset cards and insert cards are most evenly distributed out across one particular team. There will be times where I will not be able to have a clean collection of one team, but I like to have one team and ideally one player, because if you see different versions of a card, especially with parallels, where it's the same card, then you can see what the parallels really look like. Because if you have different teams displayed with the different parallels, sometimes the team colors can kind of distract you in terms of seeing exactly what the parallels are. So I'm going to try to have as much consistency as I possibly can so that you can really see the cards more than anything else. That means that what you're going to see over the course of all these videos is going to be very much a broad array of players and teams as we go set by set. Sometimes I won't be able to do a clean presentation, but I'm going to work as hard as I can to actually do that. So as I move forward through these videos, I'm going to try to keep them long enough that I can give a lot of information in one video and it's not a bunch of little tiny videos about each set, but I also want to make sure that they're not too long because I don't want to bore people. There's a lot of information to talk about, and knowing the right point to cut it off is always difficult, because for some of us we really want to keep going and going and going, and for others we just want to hit the highlights. So I'm going to try to hit a comfortable point in the middle. And if the videos do end up just being too long, please let me know, and I can figure out about doing maybe some shortened videos to give the core information. But I definitely want to provide you with a strong, broad base of knowledge about cards as we go through. And my strength is the 90s, so I'm going to be focusing most of my attention early on the 90s, but I do want to break out in both directions and really cover cards over the course. So I hope that you enjoy the videos that I create. I hope that this really does interest you. I definitely look forward to hearing the comments that you provide, or seeing the comments that you provide, so that I can learn more about cards just as you do. You're subscribing to this and ringing the bell and making sure that you find the new videos that come out. I very much look forward to it, and I'm also interested in hearing what videos you want to see. Now, that doesn't mean that I'll necessarily provide them, because I only have so many resources to be able to create these videos, and the videos that I put out will pretty heavily be built on what I can present at any given time. But I do want to hear what really interests you. And if what interests you is Collector's Edge, hold on. There's a lot of work I still have to do for that, but that is the one that really interests me the most, because of the fact that it is so crazy, and I am still in the middle of trying to understand that 30 years in. So please join me on this, and I hope that you enjoy the videos. Thank you.